What's going on? What's funny one day? It's funny how like words, man, like things, the truth tells on itself, man. Freaking you know, kind of like when someone gets caught in a giant web of white lies, to where it's just so black now that you know what I'm saying, that it just reveals itself what's going on. But what's weird is the word Yosemite. Yosemite. This is definitely a place of blood and fire and pillars of smoke. That's for sure. But the word Yosemite uh, means those who kill. It was it was name that was the name of the people from that land. They were called those who kill. But if you break down that word Yosemite, if you especially if you watch someone try to say it and they mispronounce it, they say Yosemite. You know what I'm saying? Or Yosemite. With the Y at the beginning, man, I was like, wait a second, Yosemite. You know what I'm saying? But they make you say it Yosemite. You know what I'm saying? But if you break it down and look at it, it almost says Semite. And what were Semites known for? You know, the blood for blood, tooth for tooth, uh, the law of Moses. Because there's a generic law of Moses where it's just like there's the biblical text where you got it all like the priesthood law and all that. But then there was also just like street law, and that's when the judges was in there. But basically, it's like, oh, this guy did this to them. Well, send some guys and go do that to them, and that's how justice was done. And it was by the blood for blood, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, Old Testament law of the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's because and there's also something that was sold by Spain, and I was like, man, how did Spain just like send guys over? They beat everyone up, and they say we claim ownership over this area. It's called the Gad's Den Purchase. Gad's Den Purchase. GADSDEN. Gad's Den Purchase, and it's the whole Southwest, California, Arizona, freaking what is those other ones? Wyoming, Montana, Texas, Utah. That's the Gadsden Purchase. That area right there, and supposedly it's just like how in the frick did Andrew Jackson buy Louisiana off of the freaking French? What? They just came over here, built houses, say, yeah, this is our block. Yeah, man. Oh, we'll sell you this block. We'll sell you our block. Yeah, sure, buddy. Look, I mean, like, look, by what law and authority and all that, man? It's like, look, if you really look at it, it doesn't make any sense other than it's just like it's stolen. All of it, the whole of the earth. It's like even all countries have been taken over by invaders, and the invaders were like kind of like were mean to the people that they invaded, killed most of them, raped their women, made the men slaves, or castrated them, did mean things like that. That's what our world system. That's democracy too. It's like us, this country. We mutually consent that it's good to do this to them, and it's beneficial for us. So therefore, we all consent. It's good. It's right. That's democracy in a nutshell for you, buddy. And the Romans were democratic. The Greeks were democratic. The Greeks stole it from the Egyptians, and it really was kind of like, even though they had a chieftain, but it's still they had to abide by the certain laws in these councils. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. Shit's just weird, man. Like the copper. Uh, in the book of Maccabees, it says that the tribe of Dan, or not tribe of Dan, it says that the Spartans are actually Israelites. The Spartans were. That's why in the Bible, when I seen Gideon fight with 300 people, I'm like, man, this sounds like the freaking movie. And if what was true in the movie, where they threw their children off of the cliffs because they were deformed, because they weren't strong enough, that is a sin unto death. And that's why that nation didn't evolve on forever. It had an end. And there was a time where they were really tougher than tough sons of bitches. Just like the Indians, tough guerrilla warfare, Viet Cong motherfuckers, man, just like bout it. Like straight up thug like Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, and freaking Cobras, and freaking Vice Lords, and freaking MS-13s and all that. Mexican Mafia, Triads, Yakuzas, and uh, freaking La Cosa Nostra, motherfucking. Look, all these motherfuckers was real tough until they was judged by God. You know what I'm saying? And then here we are. Look around you. You know what I'm saying? See, we're getting set up for the same thing that happened to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why you must pray you be worthy to escape these things that are to come. But you got to know God is just. But look, when the judgment come, it pours out. It's gonna fall on who it's gonna fall on. You can be assured if your soul is safe. But this flesh is always just a step away from death, man. Just with one step, false step, always away from us and death. You know what I'm saying? For the flesh. But you cannot, there's no one but God Himself that can kill the body and the soul with hell and death. No one but God. And He says Christ is the one who He's gonna let, you know what I'm saying, decide. Like, look, which way it goes for us all. You know what I mean? It's like He's got the keys to hell and death. But you know what I'm saying? And look, and a lot of people will be killed. When the priest would do the sacrifices for the atonement for sins, he would be blood red from head to toe, cloak soaked in blood, eyes like red, like a man who's been drinking wine all night. Freaking look, like flaming, like someone who's like righteous indignation, and that's the blood will flow up to the bridle of the horse, and that's the high priest. That's what he had to do, man, for all the sins of us, man. They had to kill so many animals to cover all the sin. You know what I'm saying? And that cup of iniquity is kind of like when that's poured out. That's those who are, you know what I'm saying, basically pouring into that punch bowl. And there's a point where they all got to drink what they poured in it. Like, it's like when you pour shit in that bowl, other people suffer. You know what I'm saying? And you rejoice in it, right? But there's just a point where now you got to drink of what you forced, what you got to suffer what you did unto others. You know what I'm saying? Now you must endure it and see if you can learn to forgive. You know what I'm saying? And humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like there's always the flip now. I see that, man. God's got a sense of humor, and He's very ironic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the devil in them and all the devil worshippers and their freaking minions. Yeah, they're really good at sick jokes. They're really good at sadistically uh, bullying and paparazzi style, fucking all kinds of projections and like look, mind attacks, freaking flying monkeys and gaslighting and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do all that. As well. I mean, man, this is that's pretty crazy, man. But yeah, and it's like America means land of the plumed serpent. It's like you know what, the res. It's up by Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie, freaking basically Sioux means snake, and the Jesuits, like, what is that called? They coronated it or something to the Virgin Mary, Sault Ste. Mary. You know what I'm saying? So basically, but we, my tribe didn't name the place Snakes. It was named that when we got here. It means we treaded on the land of those that were the serpent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's dope to see that in my fucking history. All the enemies are called snakes. You know what I'm saying? We treaded on the land of the plumed serpent. And it says we didn't come from here. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope. It's just dope stuff. And it's like Habakkuk. God will make my feet like hinds feet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's evidence all around you. Like I heard this, like this one dude called uh the name of a book, Jewish book, and he called it Chumash, and I was like, what? Chumash Indians? There's someone called Chumash Indians in California, and it's just like there's just all these odd, just like look, overlapping data points, man. It's just funny, man. It's funny to know, to watch the liars just like look, they have to do this magician's fucking trick to try to keep the act going, man. They gotta break their fucking neck. They gotta put in work night and day and do 4 times the work for half the pay. I mean, they might be rich, but look, they literally are slaves. You know what I'm saying? They really have to go really hard, man, to stop what's coming. And what's coming is just restoration. No more lies, man. You know what I'm saying? The truth will be revealed. Everything that was hidden shall be revealed. No longer are we gonna have to fight to for this truth like we do now to get it. It's like it'll be there and it'll never depart again. What a glorious freaking, you know, vision and image that is. But but first these things must come to pass. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I just keep uh, small steps, short yardage, man. Just keep. I blow the horn sometimes, man. Freaking, but you don't always need to be blowing the horn before you announce something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Yosemite. It's just that's kind of it's kind of funny. One of the tribes too, Zebulon, was known as a seafaring people. Once again, so there's the knowledge of actually people with sea skills within Israel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much farther that goes than that, but the disciples in Christ were always in boats too. You know what I'm saying? So was Jonah. Paul was shipwrecked. I'm just saying, you got to traverse deserts and wildernesses and the sea and the heart of the, like when dudes on Dagobah, it's full of a hive of villainy and wretched scum. Like, look, we got to walk through these type, like Book of Eli type shizzle. It's crazy, man.